STIGMA, I am your host, young, black, beautiful woman, Usisi that has a bit of the drama, here and there. This is on a vibe. My name is Noma Tamsanga. Oh yes, I am a highly favored daughter of the Most High, African goddess. I'm the chosen one. My surname is Mkweba. I take pride of where I come from and who I am. I'm coming from the big, beautiful town in the Eastern Cape, known as Kofi Baba, aka Kof No More. Well, that's my truth. If you know it otherwise, that's your truth as well. Diphuma ke namhlanje bomvu, emchanyane welcome Tanzima. So as I've said, I take pride as to where I come from and who I am. Please do subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also let me put a disclaimer. This channel or this podcast is not for people that are living with HIV. It is for everyone. We want everyone to come on board, whether you are directly or indirectly involved. Please do tune in, please do subscribe, like the episode, and also all kind of comments, ideas are welcome if you want us to interview certain people around the topic of HIV, but mainly we just want to fight the HIV stigma. Well, enough about myself. I'm not alone here. I have my two beautiful ladies from MASINCEDANE. Welcome and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much, Dad.
I think before I let you introduce yourself, let me take this opportunity and thank you for making this idea into reality. I remember when I shared that I wanted to start this campaign, Marcia, you came on board.
It was
Yes, thank you very much for MASINCEDANE for coming on board and taking this idea into life. Please do introduce yourself.
Hi, everyone. And again, thank you to Kemi for this wonderful idea. Thank you for that. And we're just happy to be here. Yes, I work for MASINCEDANE, project manager, and I'm just grateful to the Lord for allowing my path to meet your path last year. And it was mostly through the community engagement we did in the community, because we are funded by C#. And so with the C# activities last year, I was able to meet in Tammy with community engagement workshops that was held in Asanda, Christian Anointed Ministries. And that's when we had discussions and about this very important issue, the HIV stigma in the community. It is something that I was thinking about deeply for a very long time in my own life, working in the community, because we are faced with this a lot. I've heard a lot of stories from our community health workers who work in the community, and specifically with COVID, when they had to distribute the medication to the people. And many times the HIV patients would tell them, hide it, put it somewhere else, don't come in the house. No one must know I'm using medication. And it's sad in my heart, to realize that now, in 2020, we're sitting with this. And how does these people not feel in the community? Some patients, some clients must leave their homes to see a community health worker by another person's house. They can't talk to the health worker in their own home where they're living, because then somebody else will hear, and then they won't be treated well. So they'll sit with questions, they'll want support, but they'll run after the community health worker and go and make an appointment to see her in someone else's house. And that's also very sad, because our community health workers visit households, and if you can't speak freely in your own home, that means that you are burdened. And yes, and that leads to other issues as well, mental health problems, depression. isolation, isolation from society. So I was sitting with for a long time and thinking deeply, what can we do actually to reduce the stigma in the community? What can we do to get people living with HIV more positive-minded, in the sense that if you know your status, that you are able to live freely with it and be holistically cared for in so many ways that you won't feel burdened because of the disease. And many know their status, but they don't want to use the medication because of the stigma. Because this one mustn't find out, this one mustn't find out. So in the end, how do we ensure health for everyone? Is to release people from these stigmas so that people are free to live their lives, make wise decisions, and you use the medication that is there for them. And be able to speak out. You know, people need to be empowered to speak out, to speak to someone. If you have HIV, you need to speak to someone close to you and talk about it. And yeah, I know of couples, men don't want to tell their wives they're positive. The ladies don't want to tell their husbands. And this is concerning. And I think it's that in those kind of discussions that I had with Mutemi that we decided that we must look at this deeply and connect with other role players to make a difference. Yes.
Okay, thank you much for that lovely introduction, and also I can see the passion and how you really relate and want this. So thank you very much. Hey, beautiful.
Hi, Penny. Thanks for inviting me here.
Yeah.
Great being on your being part of the podcast and the project. My name is Rozete Adams, and I always used to introduce myself as the fat lady.
Okay.
But what I mean by that is I'm flexible, I'm available, and I'm teachable. And I'm working for MASINCEDANE in the capacity as MDR / HIV coordinator and counselor. And my love for HIV and TB came a very long way. I lost a friend who died who was infected, and eventually she died. She was rejected by her family, and my kids was still small. And we took the initiative. I said to them, let's help Margie. I'll mention her name because she was a dear friend of mine. And we stood by her. We were there, that part of feeding her, because she was just pushed out of the house. Family didn't want nothing to do with her. And I, myself and the kids decided to take it on and feed her, take care of her, and we took care of her until she died. Because there was not even a family member that came that night to stood along the bed or around the bed. And I didn't want my children to see it, but then I said, no, Mommy, we want to see it. We want to be part of it. And up till today, they are still part of what I'm doing and trying to assist wherever they can. Due to my friend Margie that I lost, it was just something that opened in my mind. What more can you do, Rozete, within your community, reaching out and helping others? And that time I was still doing home-based care nursing, I did private nursing, and I earned enough money. And I was approached by the organization called Philip Trust to come and work as a patient advocate. I never thought that they ever took notice of me, because they were the ones doing awareness programs. 2006, we know when HIV just came out and people started talking about people dying of it. That's the time when they used to do outreaches in our community with only with an umbrella and a little table. And then I used to stand outside and I thought, what can I do? Wind, rain, summer, whatever. And the only thing that I could do is like either make them a cup of coffee or a jug of coffee or tea or give them cold water. Nor did I know that somebody noticed my passion. And then I had a decision to make. Are you still going to work in the private sector, or are you going to work in the community? And I decided, I said, I even went to my pastor, came to my mom, my late mom, said, Mommy, you must tell me now, because I have 4 kids, what am I going to do? And I need to take care of these kids. And my mom said, you pray and you ask God to guide you, to direct you. I promise you guys, I went to sleep that night. I don't know whether it was a dream, but the next morning I was up. I came to my mom and I said, Mom, you know what? I don't know what it is. I had this dream. I saw myself talking in MASINCEDANE hospital, speaking to people about HIV, TB. And I saw how people came out to me. Someone asked me, don't talk to me here, come with me out. That's where stigma already started. Yes. And that's in my dream. Eventually I came to my mom, talked to her, talked to my pastor and said, that's a vision. You must do it. God is going to provide for you. God is going to provide for you and your children. So you take it on. I left my job and I started off in the NGO sector doing awareness and prevention promotional talks in outreaches. Started off with a stipend. And today I don't regret it because God lifted me up. And I could reach out to so many other people. I could talk. The same thing that happened in my dream is the things when I started at MASINCEDANE hospital. What happened in my dream, people came out and they start walking towards me. And the elderly mamas will come and say, please don't talk to me here. Everybody know my child is sick. And you know how the people feel about this disease. You know, they used to say this disease, you know. Stigma, 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 stigma. And I used to walk outside and talk to the ladies. And there, it just, you know, I started to empower myself, going after work to the libraries and trying to get as much information about HIV. And every day I used to have something, a topic to discuss with the people in the community, within the facility, my patients. In everyone. And up till today, even if I have nothing, I can still encourage our people affected and infected by HIV and AIDS. As Marcia is all, what you also mentioned is, you have friends, we have all friends, but our friends are so scared to come out because I don't want this one to know more. If that one, and you know how it goes in the community, in the churches, in the workplaces, all over. So yeah, that is, you know, I can talk, I can continue talking because my cup is overflowing. My cup is overflowing. But what I want to say is, stigma is as old as Methuselah. Stigma is a thing that kills people because you intend to go into that silent mode and you become depressed and isolated and you feel rejected and you start blaming this one, blaming that one, etc. Yeah, so that is my story. And as I said, I'll continue spreading and bringing awareness and empowering and educate people in our community. It doesn't matter race, color, doesn't matter nationality. It affects each and everyone, and it's affecting everyone around the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Rozete. Thank you, guys. I can see this really needs us people that have a purpose, it's a purpose. And I like what you said, you gave up your job that you earned so much. You know, I always say where there is vision, there is provision.
Yes.
So God, even for myself, and I'm like, start losing interest to do my work. And when I'm going to do these things, like I'm excited, I wake up in the morning because, and I'm not going to earn anything, but it's because it's my purpose. It's like my soul finds joy when I do this kind of work. Thank you very much. You mentioned that you lost your friend. I'm sure we are all, even our viewers at home, we lost our loved ones because of HIV. And we are, as I said, we are, even if we are not directly, indirectly we are affected. So we have these candles. So we really want to take a moment and give honor or remember those that lost the cause. Yes, so Marcia, can you assist us in lighting a candle to remember those that passed on because of HIV and AIDS?
Okay, this candle is for everyone that we can all think of and remember who passed on from HIV. I also had a very good friend that passed on when her children were still very young when she passed on. So I'm thinking of her. But I'm sure that our viewers that's watching can have a few minutes of silence to pray for our loved ones, for everyone that we can think of who passed on because of HIV, because of stigma that got to them maybe, that contributed.
Thank you, Marcia. Yes, Rozete, we have another candle here. Our communities, they struggle with this disease, as we call it. This one is going to present our communities. You can just say a few words as to what it symbolizes.
Yes, to all the viewers out there, we all come from different communities. I'm lighting this candle for those affected and infected. My message to all the different communities is not to lose hope, not to give up, but to trust and just to believe that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. Because most of the time it's the children, the ones that is left behind, that suffer the most. And as we know in our communities, people still struggle with acceptance. People are ignorant, and with this candle, this must be a symbol of hope. And together we can do it. If we take hands, we can do it. If we start speaking out, we can do it. And I want to assure you today, with this candle, you don't need to die. You don't need to keep quiet. You must raise and you must make a noise. And you must start to speak to others, talk to others. Try to trust again. Although your trust was broken, try to trust so that you can love. And that you can show others hope. There is hope. Despite of stigmatization, despite of rejection, despite of depression, let us step out of the dark hole and let's see the light again.
Thank you, Rozete. We have this third candle here. I was also diagnosed with HIV early last year, and being the leader that I am, and also been doing the work through my organization, Soul Healing, having clients that are HIV positive. I was really blown away, surprised about the stigma around the HIV. How many years later? 43 years later, we still have the stigma. And also, because I'm the person that I am, I talk too much, I share, and I was surprised people are actually ashamed on my behalf. They are like, why do you talk about this? Why are you vocal? And that is the stigma. I was like, is it something that I must hide? So I must not be honest. Is it the end of my road or end of life? Why should I hide? So I'm lighting this candle on behalf of all those that are living with HIV, to say it is not the end of the road. Even as much as I was recently diagnosed, and also I am this person that is a leader and who is confident.
Yes.
Yeah, who know herself. But I won't lie and say I was not shattered, I was not broken, I did not cry. I did not have the thoughts of taking my life. I would be lying. I had that moment. And for me it was even harder because I even went through divorce. Now having to go and just pull yourself up, it was very hard, it was difficult, I won't lie. But I knew I had to prepare myself mentally. I started my treatment on the 5th of June, which is my birthday last year. I don't know why, but I was given the date to go to the clinic on the 4th of June last year. So it means I must start the following day, which is my birthday. And I knew this is going to be a constant reminder on my birthday that I started my medication on the 5th. And then I sat down on that 4th and I said, I need to prepare myself mentally. I need to pull myself out. And I went and bought the dress that I'm wearing today.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
And I organized a photo shoot. It was raining. There was floods in the Strait of Strand. You can know the Strait of Strand when it's raining. And the lady that I organized the photo shoot was like, can't you cancel? And was like, no, I'm coming. Because I knew I need to pull myself. I need to dress up. I need to take that back and not succumb to HIV. So I want to bring that hope. There are those that don't have the strength in them. They are still in their corners. By this candle, I want to say, you can rise above this thing. If I read it, and together we can do it. If you have suicide thoughts now, this candle, may it represent the light for you. Please come out of that darkness. Please find someone that you can talk to, even if it's a stranger. Please take your medication as well, and know that there's hope, and if we know ourselves, HIV can only destroy our bodies, not our souls.
Yes.
So if we know that we are beyond this body, we've gone through maybe 70 or many years with this thing, but we are still alive, be grateful. So I'm not going to blow this candle. I want us to have this light. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. It's not the end of the road.
I'm just looking at the candle and thinking God is light.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so difficult. Many people would say it's difficult to live with it, but it's the moment when you get alive again and you claim back that confidence,
Yes,
that
yes.
self-esteem, is when you start to voice. Move out of that silence. Because we all know what silence does to us. It's playing up here in our minds. It will affect us mentally at the end of the day. You will have all the thoughts. You're fighting with your mind, because your mind is, our minds are powerful. I don't need to utter, but I'm there. I can sit with people, but it's there. And we need to start killing that. And we need to move out. As I said, find someone that you can trust. At least there must be someone
You can talk to.
Yes, I found out with my patients and my clients within the community, they don't trust the family members. They hardly trust the sisters in the facilities. We are community health workers. They look at us, I don't know if they look at us as that little savior that comes around, knocking on my angel, coming around knocking at my door, and they found a peace within us. And they will share the deepest with us,
That's
you know.
wonderful.
And I still remember even 2008, I started to volunteer after my vision and started to move in what God wanted me to do. I started to work in an organization called Vana Retu. I volunteered, totally volunteered. And you know, it's so wonderful. We didn't get paid or nothing. For me it was just, if I can reach out to the infected and affected children. And today I'm so happy. They still walk past my house and they said, how are you? I forgot to come to you, and they said to tell you, yes, I graduated. Yes, I am so and so and so. The ones that's infected and the ones that is affected. And that is the joy. I always say, money is a tool, but it depends how you use it. So for me, all my life, I used to say it's not about money, but it's about, I think, the value, or we need to start valuing ourselves. The difference when I walk into somebody's household, just to see that person smile, that person that was in that little corner, just sitting like that, smile,
Yes.
that is for me more than money. I can still think of when I used to go to my patients where they've been put out of the house and been put in a shack at the back.
Because of the stigma.
Because of the stigma, because you are this grace for our family. And still, although they used to say to us, don't take food, but I'm just a human being. When I used to buy milli meal and I used to buy veggies and stuff, peanut butter and things, and I used to take, whether I'm going to lose my job or not, I didn't care that time. And today, that men are strong. They say, it's because of you. Then I say, no, it's not because of me. It's because of God. God
Yes.
put me on your path to assist you. And today, they're not ashamed and shy. You will never see or think it's that person. Confident. That self-esteem is back. You're back in your workplace.
Because I had the support, that's why.
That's it.
And that is most important.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm also thinking of men. I'm actually, I would like men who know who know their status. I would like men who are living with HIV also to get more support. Many of them are also, they should be taking medication, they're not, because of the stigma. They're also hiding, and we also want to focus more on men to ensure that they are also living healthy lives. So this is a call to men, to all men watching. If you know your status and you're not using medication, think about everything again and talk to someone and get the help you need. Okay, you have a life to live.
Yes.
You have a life to live, so grab it with both hands. That's all I want to say at this stage.
Thank you, Marcia, for mentioning that. We already have single parents, mothers that are raising their kids alone. And now to know that there are men that don't take medication and they take a risk of maybe dying, and then they let this to you. So we get more problems more problems, poverty in our communities, children that don't have a main figure and the role models. So really, and also they don't like to disclose because they are ashamed, and also maybe we as we continue with this podcast, have male figures come on board. And also we just share those that are HIV positive, because it's difficult to get back into the dating game. So that's why they hide, because of acceptance. People won't accept and all of those things. So thank you very much for highlighting that you really need men to speak out, and we fight together, because honestly, not in 2025 we can still be speaking of HIV stigma. We cannot blame government. Government did their best to fight. All the NGOs, there's so many NGOs throughout the world that support, that had hands in it together to fight this thing. So honestly, hence our hashtag is saying HIV stigma, haina manje, not anymore. So we should really bury this thing.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. We come to the end of this episode, and thank you very much for subscribing and also listening. In closure, we are going to just again tell you about these candles. This one symbolizes hope, light, life. So it just means you still have life, it's not over until time is over. This candle is for remembrance candle, remembering everyone that we know and that we don't know, who passed on due to HIV, and to those also who struggle with stigma. This candle I light for our community, to show that there's still people out there who will support them, and for them not to lose hope, but to know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. HIV stigma, haina manje.
HIV stigma, nie meer nie. Weg met dit.
HIV stigma, no more.